Alright, welcome back to Adobe Muse CC. In this tutorial we're going to cover layers and actually bring in an image through the fill command. So in my master layer, I'm just going to double click on this, and over here on the right I have my layers, and you can open it just by clicking on the little tab there. If you don't find it for whatever reason, you can go to window, and in the window category here, everything that's available in this program is here, including layers. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to add a couple layers by clicking on the new layer icon next to the trash can. I'm going to click twice. And what I'm going to do is rename these based upon basically web design. At the top you have a header, and I'm going to click OK. And the next layer I'm going to double click. And on this one I'm going to call it main content, and click OK. And then the bottom one I'm going to name it footer, and then click OK. So where do these come from? The header, the main content, and the footer. If you look here over on the tab on the side here, you can drag for padding, but here is the actual position for the header, and then here's the footer. So in between here would be your main content, and here's the padding for the bottom. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit Controls minus a couple times, or Command minus, and what I'm going to do is draw out a rectangle. Now I want to do this on the master page because I want this header to be repeated throughout my document. So I'm going to click on the rectangle tool and basically just draw out a rectangle to represent the header here. And you'll notice when it gets to the end here, it sort of snaps to 100%. You can then click on the black arrow and adjust it, so basically snap to 100%. I could definitely make it bigger. In fact, I can make the header itself a little bigger just by adjusting that. So whatever I want to do there, I can do that. So let's see. Well, we have now have a rectangle. What I want to do is apply a fill. Now I could click in here and choose a color. That's one way to do it. But I also would rather actually click in here and choose an actual image. So if you click on the Add Image option here, you can go to in your folder. If you have some images set up, I have several in here that I'm going to use. I'm going to choose this one called top.jpg and click Open. And just like that, it pops up into here. Now, right now it's set to original size. I can choose scale to fill or scale to fit, and you can kind of see what it looks like there. I'm going to choose scale to fill, but perhaps choose a different option here in terms of where it's at. So if I click on the bottom here, you can see as I click out, basically I now have this zombie outbreak warning here. And that works pretty well. Now if I do want to adjust it, I can actually grab a corner here and make my header a little bit bigger just by adjusting that. And I should also do it here with the header content area, basically. Now because I did this on the master page, if I go back to my plan view and then double click on any of these, you'll see that it's on the home and all the other layers here in the other pages in Adobe Muse. Now if I go to my layers tab and I select this, you'll notice it's not on here, it's on the master. So let's go back to the master here and select this, and you'll notice it's in the footer. I actually want this to be in the header. So you can scroll up in the footer and see a rectangle there, but I can actually just grab this little blue icon here because I can see it selected and drag it up to the header, and now it's up in the header, and you'll notice that the outline has changed green, which is based upon these little colors here. So if I drag down to the red, you'll see that the outline turns red. And now if I drag back up, it'll kind of show you that it's green. That was created when you create a new layer and then double click. You'll notice here the color option that's there. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel and just delete this top layer, which I don't need. You can also rearrange later. So if for some reason the main content or the footer was in the wrong location, you can drag up or drag down until you see a white line, and you can see now the footer is above the main content. I want to actually bring that back down, but there it is. So this is a basic introduction to layers in Adobe Muse and providing an image through the fill command. Until next time, see you soon in Adobe Muse CC. Cheers.